Nope, the title and thumbnail are not clickbait, nor is this some sort of scam. I can guarantee you an extra several million in easy money before this video is over. I'm just sharing this because I'm a nice guy. Stick with me. Firstly, look at this image. You have a 9.81% return for a retirement fund's growth strategy. Not bad. But then you look at other options like high growth and overseas shares that have returned way more. Okay, big deal. Why point this out? Because, like most people, your superannuation/your retirement fund has more than likely just selected a more conservative portfolio for your retirement. Okay, cool, but how big of a deal can this be? Well, it's huge. Let's start by comparing my retirement fund's performance compared to this growth strategy. I've adjusted mine to be 90% in overseas shares and 10% in domestic shares here in Australia. And to any non-Aussie viewers, which is most of you, don't click off. This concept still applies to retirement funds anywhere. I mean, I'm Aussie and most of my portfolio is in international shares, so anyone else can easily copy this strategy. So, 90% in an investment fund that returned 13.63% and 10% in an investment fund that returned 6.05%. Pretty average showing from the Aussie share market, but you have reinvesting dividends, so your return is actually a bit better than this. But I'll keep it simple for this calculation. So that means my average return for the last financial year was 12.87%, superior to the growth fund and even the high growth fund. My fund beat the growth fund by 31%, and this will add up over the decades. But let's see the financial value for this for the prior financial year, shall we? At the start of last financial year, I had about $70,000 in my fund, and based on my super fund records, my super fund grew by $10,000 due to investment returns. It obviously also grows with my employees putting money into it. So, if my fund had returned a lower 9.81% instead, I would have made $3,000 less last financial year. Now, obviously you can't 100% determine your returns since your employer doesn't put all your retirement money into your account at the start of the financial year. It trickles in over time, buying into stocks at higher and lower prices. But the point stands, my returns were greater than the default growth option, which was roughly speaking $3,000 last financial year. Okay, big deal, $3,000 over a year, not much at all. Well, what if you made $3,000 extra per year for 30 years? $90,000 extra is nothing to scoff at. Even if that won't pay off your mortgage by retirement, it'll at least cover a few lavish holidays. But wait, that doesn't take into account compound interest. Now, even if we only perform 3% better than a standard fund per year, we make literally millions more by retirement. If we start at the age of 30 with $100,000 in our retirement fund, which, yes, is very doable, I only had my employer-mandated money going into that fund. I barely worked until the age of 24. Look at my fund years ago, I had barely anything in it, and I also bought a house and I bought individual stocks. Some of that money could have gone into my retirement fund, so this is a very doable scenario. Most start earlier at like 20 years old, but a lot of people don't find out about this stuff until after their 20s, so I'm giving you quite a bit of buffer. Anyway, starting off at age 30, you retire at 65, you contribute an extra $10,000 per year because I am assuming you are a working professional by this point. Even so, my employees contributed $20,000 plus last financial year, and your pay usually only goes up as you progress in your career. My point is, if anything, these are conservative figures. If your fund returned 13% per year, which is possible through changing your investment strategy, which I will talk about later, by the time you reach 65, your estimated portfolio in this case would be $13.2 million compared to $5.52 million for a fund returning 10%. Huge difference here. Literally generational wealth from a small tweak. So what you need to do to achieve this is to log onto your retirement fund portfolio, find out exactly what your current investment strategy is, and then change it to be as heavily invested in the overall world share market, or S&P 500, as possible. I only have 10% in Aussie shares for dividends and a bit of patriotism. I really should have the whole thing in the world market. Your fund is likely default invested in some standard growth or conservative portfolio, which will contain investments like cash, which returned a measly 3.81% last financial year. Bruh, don't be having cash in your retirement fund. That's what your bank account's for. Breaking down the growth fund further, we can see that only a bit over half is in shares. Yes, some investments like property and infrastructure can be good, but long term you're way better off having all your money in shares. So change your retirement fund to be as heavily invested in shares as possible, and thank me in 30 years' time, if my channel still exists by then. But I can already see a few counter-arguments coming from a mile away, so let's debunk those. Argument 1, you're assuming a 13% return each year. Is that even possible? The historical return is 7 to 10%, and it assumes no downturns. My rebuttal is, you're right. I can't know this. There will be downturns, and yes, that's historically what the market has returned. However, if we get downturns like we did in 2022, what happens is, each time your employer or yourself is injecting money into your fund, it's buying in at lower prices, which means your performance, if anything, is greater in the longer run. So if anything, the small downturns help us out. As for the 13% returns when the market has returned 10% or 7% historically, the reason I'm more confident in the market returning greater returns than 10% going forward is due to the expansion in money supply. Like, look at this. It started accelerating around 2000 with the dot-com bubble. It expanded more after the 2008 global financial crisis, shot way up after COVID in 2020. Yeah, it dipped a bit around 2023, but it's only resumed higher. Do you really think this is going to change anytime soon? And if you've followed the stock market for a while, you know that generally, number go up. Yes, in the current market, the market is punishing companies for higher capex spending, but once those companies stop their capex spending, the money will flow out of the AI-related stocks like Micron and Nebius, and they'll flow back into the Mag 7, which will have a greater weighting on the market as a whole anyway, which pushes the market up even more. So that's my rebuttal to downturns and assuming a higher than 10% return. Downturns, if anything, will help my assumption even more due to buying in at lower prices, and due to money supply expansion and market dynamics of number go up, we're going to get greater than 10% returns in the market going forward. Argument 2. What if we have a massive downturn close to my retirement? What would I do then? Well, when you're close to retirement, that's when you'd switch your fund to be invested in more stable choices like cash and bonds. But even so, let's be real, we'd get a downturn for maybe a year tops before the money printers resume to save the market. So that's how literally everyone watching this video can make millions of extra dollars simply by clicking a few buttons on their phone apps right now. I ran this through with my friend the other week, which prompted me to make this video. I walked her through her tax return and also changed her investment options, and I'm like, hey, I should tell my YouTube audience about this too. So here I am, literally printing you extra money. Thank you, gamification. In exchange, I don't want any investment fees, I don't want consulting fees, I just want you to click like and subscribe. I can get my own money, but I can't get my own YouTube metrics. So if you could do that, I'd appreciate it, and hopefully I'm deserving of it after giving you this juicy tidbit. So, what was your retirement fund previously invested in before this video? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, that is all.